Alright, so in this video, we're going to be looking at how you can go about to create a relational database when you have two tables going on in your database, as it were. And in this particular instance, we're going to be creating a one-to-many relationship, and we are continuing with using the 0417 paper 2 of October-November 2024. So you'd want to make sure that you have the associated source files. For this one, you need to have this n2402 degrees.csv file, as well as the n2402 students.csv file, both imported into Excel, of course, as tables, as it were. As you can actually see right here, I have the degrees and the students table going on for the November 24 paper 2 from the CSV files for this respective paper. So without further ado, let's actually go ahead into Excel, rather Access, sorry, and look at how you can go about to create the one-to-many relationship between the specified fields, as it were. So of course, obviously, you want to make sure that your tables, both your tables, are imported, and you also want to make sure that you have the respective data types that are specified in the table structure right here. You want to make sure that these data types are matching. So you can actually check out my previous video. I think I did look at how you can go about to import a CSV file into Microsoft Access. So what you need to do in Access is you need to come to the database tools, and you need to come to these relationships. In the relationships section, you want to come where it says relationships right here, and you click on there. Then you see this add tables dialog window, or rather this add tables window show up. It could be on the right, depending on the version of MS Access that you are using. For me, it's going to show up right here in the left pane, but essentially whatever version you are using, you just want to make sure that you see this add tables dialog show up somewhere. Then the next thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you hold shift on the keyboard and select on the other unselected table, so that you now have both the tables highlighted like this. Depending on your color theme, of course, mine is maroon for the default MS Access theme. Then with both of the tables selected, you want to make sure that you click on add. Then you can close out of the add tables window because you no longer need it, and our focus is now in this relationships table. I can even go ahead and close that table behind the scenes so that we are just working with one window in our working area here. So one thing that you can actually do to make sure that you are seeing all the fields, you can actually see that we have to scroll all the way down so that we see the other fields, and we want to make sure that we are able to see all our fields as it were. So what you can do is you can just right click on the table and click on size to fit, and essentially it's just going to make sure that all your fields are displayed. Alternatively, you could actually just go on to the edge of the table, bottom edge of the table, and hover your cursor, and it should change into an expanding icon, as it were. And you can also drag. That's another way of going about making sure that you see all the fields in your table, is it? So you could just right click and select size to fit, or you can just go to the edge of the table and expand as it is. So that's how you can make sure that you can see both fields in all the fields rather in both tables. So I will just go ahead and use size to fit. All right, so having done this, the next thing that we want to do is we want to come back and make sure that we understand which relationship we are creating, rather which fields we are creating relationships on. So you see that it says subject code in the degrees table and the course code in the students table. So what we want to do is we want to come to the course code first, because it's going to be the many side and the subject code is going to be the one side. So we want to start with the many side, right? So the course code right here, when you select this table, you can actually press your arrow keys, and you can actually see the highlight moving across the fields right there, is it? So right now I'm currently on first name according to the highlight, and I'm now on nationality according to the highlight. So we want to make sure that we have our course code highlighted right here in the students table. Then the next thing that we want to do is we want to come to the degrees table, and we were told that we are supposed to create a subject code in this degrees table and the course code in the students table. So in the students table, we already have course code selected, or highlighted rather. So here we now come to the subject code, confirm, yes. So in the subject code, we want to make sure that we click on it, and it's now highlighted, is it? And then what we want to do is we want to click and drag it onto the course code inside of the students table, just like that. And when you release your left mouse button, you can actually see this edit relationships window show up. It's going to pop up right immediately, and you can actually see the fields that you are working with, is it? So here we have the student subject code and the course code fields, and you can also see the type of relationship that we have going on between the two fields, is it? So one thing that you need to do is to make sure that you have the correct field highlighted in the menu tab, in the menu side, and you also click and drag the correct field onto that particular field that is specified in the question, because you cannot edit the relationship right here, is it? So you can actually see that it is a one-to-many relationship right here in this edit relationships window. So this is what you're going to take a screenshot of and paste inside of your evidence document, right? You're going to take a screenshot of this and paste it inside of the evidence document, because this is where it actually shows the relationship or the type of relationship that you have going on. So having done that, you can go ahead and create, click on create, and immediately you see that there is a line that now connects the subject code to the course code, as it were. So yeah, that's just about it for this video. That's how you can go about to create a one-to-many relationship, or rather how to go about to create relationships between two tables, as it were. So I'll see you in the next one.